day, everyone. So today we're going to talk about crystallization of metals. So as you can see, I have here two kitchen utensils, an aluminum foil and an aluminum food tray. So how does crystallization works with these two? So there are different process of crystallizing a metal, but heating process called annealing. So which means heating a metal at a very high temperature and letting it cool down very slowly. So that creates a large crystal grain that makes the metal softer and less brittle. And it also adds the ductility and malleability of metal. So we can test the ductility and malleability of these two utensils. So in foil, even though I will fold this foil so many times, and even I will crumple it, you cannot see any fracture. So as you can see, there's no fracture. And then in this food tray, it is much harder than the foil. So I'm going to deform it to any shape that I want or any formation that I want. Okay, so I'm going to fold. As you can see, it is totally deformed, but you cannot see any fracture. So that means that it is ductile and malleable. You cannot see any fracture.
Another example of kitchen utensil is this stainless pot. Though stainless is not a pure metal, but just a variation of metal, since this is a corrosion resistance of either iron, chromium, and other metals, so let's just include this. So this pot undergo hardening, which means hammering cold metal, causes its crystals grains to rearrange. This has a smaller grain size, which means it produces a harder metal. These grains of this pot are close packed closer together. So because of that, we have pots to use when we're cooking food.
Bending rearrange the crystal grains. It can cause smaller crystals. So what I have here is a metal used for roofs. You can bend it. To form any shape or style you want. Like this, or this. But if you bend it 4 to 7 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it will eventually snap. Because like what I've said earlier, bending can cause smaller crystals. Smaller crystals means harder but more brittle. It can easily snap because in smaller grains, cracks can move easily and quickly across the metal.
To produce a hard but less brittle metal, it will need to undergo quenching. Quenching means heating a metal to a moderate temperature and then cooling it quickly so smaller crystals will form, which means it is harder but more brittle. Next, it should undergo tempering, reheating, and quench metal but to a less temperature to reduce brittleness. This is what blacksmiths use to make their swords sharpest and hardest. Examples of quenching is applied on knives, swords to make it sharp and hard.